People don't know how to communicate in person anymore. Um, this is a strange phenomenon that's kind of going on in our world today. And when I say our world, I'm talking about the real world in reality. I'm not talking about the cell phone. I'm not talking about the internet. I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about in real life. Okay. People don't know how to have a conversation in person with you anymore. And this is especially true with people that are, say, like 40 and under, 35 and under, that kind of age range. And I think a lot of it is because of smartphones, because of the internet. We're kind of living in a time right now where, people are living their lives online. People are growing up in a world where all of their socializing, all of their social interactions are taking place behind a screen on a cell phone. And so, what this is doing is creating people that don't have any communication skills in reality. Okay. They can text you on the phone, right? They can send out tweets, they can make posts on Instagram, they can make posts on TikTok, but if you see them in real life and you're really there energy to energy, you know what I mean, physical reality, it's like they can't or they don't know how to communicate, right? They don't know how to have a conversation with you. If if you like try to say hello to somebody on the street, or you pass somebody in the fucking grocery store or whatever, not that you would do this, but like the point being is, if you say hi to somebody in person now, they look at you like you're some kind of weirdo or something. You know what I mean? Um, because people no longer know how to communicate in person. They've forgotten how to do that. There's so many people in my life that I see who, when I try to interact with them in the real world, it's like they're looking at me like I'm doing something wrong by trying to converse with them, or trying to have, trying to talk with them, trying to have a conversation with them, because all they know is communication through a cell phone. You know what I mean? And so I guess I'm making this video to kind of highlight the fact that people are getting dumber when it comes to communication skills. People no longer have any social skills, right? People don't know how to um, assert themselves. They don't know how to have a back and forth sort of conversation with you anymore in person. And let me know in the comments if you guys are kind of noticing this in your day to day life. Maybe this could be just in my general area. Maybe this could be my age group of people, but it seems like there's something going on today where there's, I guess, like some kind of higher agenda to get people to no longer be confident in who they are, right? No longer be comfortable in their own skin to where they can't, to the point where they can't actually have a real conversation with you, right? It's like they don't even know who they are anymore. People don't know who they are anymore. And this is getting bad. You know what I mean? The younger generations are growing up in a society where um, communication in person, being like word of mouth communication, being confident, being comfortable in your own skin, just isn't a thing anymore. It's like that they can only talk to you through a cell phone, or I'm not sure if it's they can't communicate in person, or if they're choosing not to, or if they're so socially anxious to where they're just afraid to talk to you, or converse with you, or whatever. But social skills like don't exist anymore. It's really weird. It's really weird. We're living in a world where people are more insecure than ever, and I think, like I talked about in my previous video. If you guys watched the previous video, I think smartphones are a lot to blame for this. You know, but at the same time, I think social skills are something that you kind of have to develop in yourself. Nobody's born uh, super insecure. Nobody's born hating themselves. Nobody's born, um, you know, living in a cell phone. I guess some people are today, but it's just strange. It's like you can't even talk to people anymore. People don't know how to talk anymore, you know? And I mean, I've fallen victim to this to a certain extent in my life, you know what I mean? But I was able to recognize what was happening. I'm self-aware enough to where I was able to recognize that, um, this cell phone and social media and that kind of thing was taking over my life. And so I got out of that. I deleted a lot of my social media accounts, and I was able to reconnect with myself and reconnect with reality in general and be able to talk with people in person. So this is really weird. You know what I mean? People don't have social skills anymore. People can't talk anymore in person. People are rude. You know what I mean? People are passive aggressive. They're not genuine. They're putting on some kind of act. They're not, like, people have lost themselves. People have lost themselves today. So yeah, I guess that's kind of the video. Things are weird. We're entering 2026. Shit's getting crazy out here. Politics have never been more intense. Interpersonal dynamics have never been more strange. And so, yeah, people don't know how to communicate anymore. Let me know if you guys can relate. My name is John. Thanks for watching.